Hi, my name is Jason Cole, and I'm a first year at UCLA Anderson, and I serve as the IFA VP for Diversity. Prior to Anderson, I attended Howard University where I was a finance major, and then immediately after graduation, I worked for Deloitte Consulting for 3 years where I was a project controller, acting as a financial advisor for our partners, principals, and directors, government contracts. I did that for 3 years, and I decided I wanted to transition away from federal consulting and decided to move to California where I worked at Capital Group within the investment management industry as an analyst on the shareholder reporting team. So we were basically responsible for all the financial data, what we call the back of the book, that was sent to all of our shareholders. I did that for 2 years, and I decided I wanted to move more into a client-facing role. So I decided to come back to Anderson to move into private wealth management, where this summer I'll be interning with JP Morgan in Los Angeles. Just a summary of the private wealth management industry. You can do this job anywhere where anyone has money. You can do it in Los Angeles, New York, Atlanta, San Francisco, anywhere where there's clients that are either high net worth individuals or ultra high net worth individuals. And depending on the firm, that's the focus of what your client base will be. For the most part, I would say I think most companies that come to Anderson are either recruiting mostly from New York or for Los Angeles. But some of the major firms are JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, UBS, as well as Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, and many other smaller companies as well. Some good qualities for a role in private wealth management are, of course, communication. You're dealing face-to-face with clients, so you want to be a pretty good communicator as far as being well-spoken, being able to make difficult ideas simple, and then also just being conversational, because this business is much relationship. Also, you want to have a pretty good understanding of the markets. You want to have a passion for the markets as well. You want to have an entrepreneurial drive, and also you want to be able to be flexible. Don't do the same thing day to day, but one day you might be meeting with clients, the other days you might be doing research on different portfolios. It all kind of depends. Why I chose private wealth management? For me, I chose it personally because of my passion for investing, my own personal investing, and then also teaching financial literacy to others. Also, in my prior experience, my prior entrepreneurial ventures, I had the opportunity to do some business development, and that's one thing that I really wanted to carry over into my job. And then also, just from my past experience working within investment management, one thing that I really wanted to do was work directly with clients instead of being in more of a support role. So that's why I chose private wealth management. Some qualities for success in recruiting, I would say just making sure that you have a technical background and technical skills within knowing the ins and outs of the market and macro markets. Also, once again, being a good communicator, talking to as many people as you can, and networking, because that's a really big thing that a lot of the companies know. One of the first things that they ask you in an interview is who have you spoken to. So just making sure that you navigate your way through each of the firms that you think that you may be interested in, and talking to as many people as possible. How to take advantage of this summer? I would say this summer that you should probably, one, if you haven't already started following the markets, make sure that you do that on a regular basis. Just knowing the kind of what's going on overall within politics and then also within the world and markets in general. I would also say if you think you're interested in private wealth management, begin researching the roles in different companies and what makes each company different. And then also, last but not least, I had spoken on this earlier, but talk to as many people as possible. You may think that you're interested in private wealth management, but then after talking to numerous people, it may not be for you. And my biggest piece of advice is making sure that you're as prepared as you can be coming into Anderson, kind of knowing or having a good idea of what you want to do, because recruiting season kicks off pretty quickly.